You really are such a genius.
I posted every day for 7 years straight. I turned $10 into about $1,500. I know how to make you $350. Everybody who ever works for me is six figures.
28 years old, thinking about retirement.
I only made like $850,000 last year in trading profits.
The way you honor your wife.
I married her too because she reminded me of my mother. And that's when I always tell young men, you want a girl smarter than you.
Every day y'all go on a date.
Nearly.
I love it. And that's not going to change.
We have a rule too where we don't tell anybody our personal business.
The word on the internet is that you paid way too much money for it.
Like, joke's on you. I got a discount.
Welcome to another episode of Full Transparency with Donnie Wiggins, where I give you a fly on the wall perspective about entrepreneurship, but more specifically about the entrepreneurs who are doing amazing things in their businesses. And we have some history makers in the room with us today. I am super excited to have the guests that I have on today. Let me tell you something. This young couple, they are not even 30 years old yet. And I am excited about all of the gems that are going to be dropped on this episode today. This is a notable. This is one of those ones where you want to get your pen, your paper, your phones, wherever you take notes, and get ready. I'm going to let y'all introduce yourself, and we will start with you.
My name is Aristotle Investments. I am a serial entrepreneur. I do investing. I do a little bit of consulting on the side, commercial real estate. We do whatever it takes to move the needle for, a very diversified portfolio. So that's me.
I love that. Asia.
I'm Asia. Hi. I'm basically a serial entrepreneur too. I work alongside my husband with all of his ventures, yin and yang, almost essentially. He's the front end, he's the face that you see, but little do you know, I'm back there on my computer being a computer geek. And
doing what women do.
Doing what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
doing
so
what you do.
Me.
It's funny to me that y'all are so chill right now, because anytime we see each other, we're typically at like a mutual friends event, like Neo's or Dion's or something like that.
Right.
And you're not this chill. You're not this soft-spoken. For sure. Are y'all nervous? Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good? Okay. It's the energy for me that's real.
I mean, in those events, we probably had a few drinks and, but the vibe's always different.
Yeah.
The vibes are always different. All right. So I mentioned it earlier. You're not even 30 years old. 26.
27.
27 and 28.
Yes.
27 and 28 years old.
We're born the same year, though.
Yeah.
She just turns 28 in November of this year.
And when's your birthday?
April 12, 96.
Oh, you recently had a birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. So I want to get into, because I always find it so interesting when I meet entrepreneurs, especially who are still in their 20s, and you have accomplished the success that you have accomplished thus far. And I want to let my audience know that you often see Aristotle, you're always talking, you're always the face of the business doing everything. But you made a comment on Instagram the other day that I'm going to circle back to. And when I saw that comment, I said, oh, we have to have his wife here too, because I have to know more details about how this operation is actually running. But I want to start with you. 28 years old, multimillionaire, making major moves. What started this entrepreneurship journey for you?
I was in the Army, and I really knew that it wasn't in my heart to do it for a long time, but I didn't have another route. So I was like 20 or 21 years old. I was 20 years old, and I really wanted to be successful. I had in my vision in my head that I would be some man wearing a business suit who made a lot of money and networked his way to get some money. I just knew I was going to be successful. And I just Googled one day ways to make money from my phone, because the Army took 12 hours of my day. So I knew the only way I would make money is if the business was on the phone. And this was around like 2016. So then every forum said investing, buy this app, invest. So I'm sitting here like, okay, they all saying, I see one similar thing out of everything I read, and it was invest. So I research it. The first thing I get on is this app called Stash. I'll never forget it. And then the next app, because I didn't know how to invest, so I seen there were some auto investors. Yeah. And then Acorns was right after that. Acorns was a hit. They were investing my money, and all I wanted to do was figure out how are they making money off of my money. Because then I can learn how to invest if I figure out how Acorns. So it was like a rabbit hole of different things. First Googling this, then downloading these apps, depositing the money. Oh, snap, I'm making money. Mm-hmm. How? Mm-hmm. Then I learned that Acorns is investing into stocks, but a specific stock called Vanguard. Mm-hmm. And I started to take my money out, put it to the next step, which was Robinhood. Mm-hmm. And then it was a rabbit hole from there. Then I'm putting in my barber money. And then it just kept going. So it was just me not wanting to be in the Army. I felt like I was a bird who flies. I'm not a caged bird. Mm-hmm. And I feel like jobs make you a caged bird, domesticated. And I'm not domesticated. I'm a wild animal, you know?
Why the Army in the first place?
Great question, because neither my mother or my father could financially support me. My mom told me when I was 18 years old that you have to move out of the house. My father had 7 kids. He didn't have money to financially support me. My stepfather joined the Army when I was in the 11th grade, and that kind of was weirded me out at first, but everything happens as God's plan. Back in the day, I hated the decision, but it ended up being the best thing that ever happened to me. Was him joining the Army and us moving to Kansas. My 11th grade year and senior year of high school, I went to two all-white schools. After being around a bunch of black people all my life, all the way up to 11th grade. Culture shock my senior year.
You grew up in East Point, Georgia. Was that East Point or Atlanta?
Atlanta. So, like, I grew up, I'm kind of a South Side person. I lived on Cleveland Ave. I lived in Forest Park. I lived in Riverdale. I've lived in Fairburn too. So mostly South Side and Union City. Okay. So I'm just a South Side kid.
We share some of the same stumping grounds. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you are in this South Side of Atlanta is how we reference it. People will argue, East Point's not Atlanta. It's Atlanta. It's Atlanta. You grew up on the South Side. You're being influenced by your stepdad. You said that moving to Kansas and being exposed to these different environments was the best decision or the best thing that happened for you. Like, why was that so impactful for you?
It was impactful for me because it allowed me to be around other cultures. It expanded my mindset, and it furthered my education. Their education there was a lot more advanced, and it made me want to naturally step my game up. And also, being in Atlanta, the environment that I was in high school was kind of a popularity thing, and it's a big city and in a smaller town. Like, Atlanta was too big for me to find myself. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. When we moved to a smaller town, I was a lot more focused. Wasn't a lot of competition with getting a job because these white kids get allowance. So there is no competition walking to McDonald's. In Atlanta, no job is available. Like, you get what I'm saying? As far as McDonald's, Walmart, anything like that back in the day, none. So it was easier to get a job. It was overall a better experience for me. You know what I'm saying? And then we also lived on a military base. So that also influenced a lot of why I joined the military, because I'm playing basketball with the soldiers. My next door neighbor is a soldier. My stepfather's a soldier. So before I can even join the Army, I'm asking as many questions as I can on how to be successful when I get in the Army, and what job to pick and which one not to pick and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I had an advantage going in too.
That's real. So before you moved to Kansas, though, that was your 11th grade year of high school. You said that you always felt like this bird, this free spirit that was meant to do more, couldn't be caged in.
For sure.
Did you feel that before Kansas or?
Always.
Always.
I've been a hustler my whole life. So when I was 9 years old, I had 2 streams of income. I would knock on people's door and take out the trash, or I would walk kids home, all in the same week. So I realized I've always been a hustler. I didn't know I've always been a hustler until I made my first million and just reflected on my life for like a whole month after I got out the Army. Because, you know, I got time now. So I'm just sitting there thinking, like, how did this happen? Because when it happened, I snapped. So I'm not realizing this happened. I'm just working very hard, you know, but I don't really like authority, meaning I felt like even when I was in the Army, I was smarter than my bosses. It's just, you care about this job. I care about what's outside of this job. You get what I'm saying? No matter where I went, I always cared about, you know, entrepreneurship. I sold candy when I was I turned $10 into about $1,500. So I've always had discipline
With candy.
And I'll tell you how I did it. My granddad gave me a $10 bill. I went to Dollar General and I bought these sour belts. They were 10 cents. And I would sell them for 25 cents.
Those long strips of
Yep,
just sour
those sour
candy?
belts,
Yeah.
I bought them for 10 cents. So I would buy 10 of those, but I'm doubling my money plus 5 more cents because I'm selling them for 25 when I get to school.
Right.
So I did that for like 2 weeks, and then I moved on up. Now I got like real candy to give you, Skittles, this,
got
that.
chocolate now.
I got Starburst. That thing said, you get some Starburst, that's gone. You get some Skittles, that's gone. Gum, that's gone for the couple who like to kiss. Like, I was like that, and I was, you get what I'm saying? Like, I weren't focused on girls. I weren't focused on nothing. But I mean, during the summer times when I was focused on girl, other than that, I was hustling. I always was just focused on hustling. I even used to paint people's pictures for money. So I'm an artist too.
You're an artist too.
Yeah.
Do you still dabble in artistry?
I can draw, yes.
You can draw. Okay.
And paint and everything.
Do you do it? Like, do you have any paintings in your home that you've
I told her that's my retirement plan. I plan on being an old man painting at my beach houses around the world when I retire.
Okay. 28 years old, thinking about retirement. What does that ideal age look like for you to retire? Is it a status?
Very
Is it an
early.
age?
When my kids graduate, we done.
Okay. Let's talk about it. So, Cleveland Avenue to Kansas, Army. When did you meet Asia? At what point of the journey did this happen?
I was 19 years old, and she was 18.
Are you in the Army then?
Yes.
Okay.
It's my, I was only in for a year and a half. It was her freshman year of college. The full story is, it's crazy because I was a hustler at the time. I'm cutting hair. I don't usually leave the house on weekends, but I think it was like a 4-day weekend. And I knew I had cut everybody's hair and we had time to spare. And then my guys hit me like, bro, just get out the house. Come to the mall with us. Come to Savannah. I only been on a military base for about 2 months. I just got to Savannah 2 months. Well, it was Hinesville and Savannah was 30 minutes away. And she was going to Armstrong, but Georgia Southern ended up buying the property. So now it's called Georgia Southern. And that was her senior year. So she actually graduated from Georgia Southern, but spent 3 years as an Armstrong student. So anyways, I seen what happened was I seen her in the mall and I said hi to her, but then I had to rush back and ask her for a number.
Asia, is that how it happened?
That's how it happened.
Okay,
That's how
so
it happened.
You want to tell your version?
Yeah.
Because
okay.
I got to hear
my
your
version is different than his version just because, you know, my perspective is how I got to the mall in the first place and, you know, how everything happened. But I had just got to college, so I'm job searching in my dorm. Like, all right, I need some money. I need to make sure I have some kind of stability while I'm in college. So let me just do my job searching. But then I was like, okay, I've been doing this all weekend. Maybe I just need to go out to the mall. Maybe just get out, get some fresh air, do something. But I was contemplating. I was like, do I really want to go? Do I not want to go? So I'm literally just battling with myself in my mind. Do I want to go to the mall? I was like, screw it, I'm going to go. So I just go solo dolo by myself. I wasn't planning on buying anything. I'm just in the mall casually walking around. And then he's like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, hey, you know, we just walked by each other. And then next thing you know, like he said, he came back. And we had a conversation, got my number. He asked to shake my hand. And I was like, Okay,
He
cool.
asked to shake your hand.
That's what got me.
You seem like the ask
what
to
got
shake
me.
my hand type. Very gentlemanly.
That's
What was
what
that
got
game?
me.
Who did you see do that?
That was game.
That was
I would like to
game
know
for
where you got
sure.
that from.
Nah, she was such a beautiful girl that it felt like Cupid hit me at the time. Like when she walked past me, I don't know why, but it's like a force was like turn around and go say something to her. And under pressure, I said the right things. You get what I'm saying? Like it was like the last shot, almost. That's kind of how I thought of it. Like I gotta blow this opportunity out. Yeah. I've never came that smooth before, but she just thinks like that's just how I do. But nah, like
That's what I was thinking. I thought it was
Wait, so that's the thing.
Like,
You said when she walked past me, it
Right.
felt like Cupid shot me with his bow. That's the thing, because
I thought she was foreign at first too.
okay,
that too.
I thought she was.
is that what did it? Is that what did it?
Nah, I thought she was like East African though, so it's still black.
Yeah.
Like I knew she was
see that.
black, but I thought she was East African or like Indian. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I
Tell them
you
the
know.
other part. What threw you off?
oh, she started talking country. I was like, I thought you were East African, but like you sound like Sandy Chief from SpongeBob.
Not Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob.
Literally Sandy.
Asia, where are you from?
Okay, it's called Crawfordville, Georgia. So
Okay.
it's like this small little town off of 20 in between Atlanta and Augusta.
Okay.
So you only go there if you need gas and you about to run out of
I
gas on the
actually know
highway.
Crawfordville because
That's
my best
true.
friend has family off of that Washington Road exit
Yeah.
going into Augusta. So I've passed it before, so I know exactly where you. Girl, you from the country?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
from the woods.
You from the country?
They only got one
Yeah.
stoplight. Like I
One
thought.
stoplight. We didn't have any restaurants at the time when I was there. We didn't have the Dollar General that's there now. Like we didn't have any of that.
It's like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like they in the middle of nowhere. Like nobody's around
No,
her.
I know.
it's literally
So we
nothing.
got you that's from the hood, and then you that's from the country.
Right.
How do we make this work? So you're stationed there at the time. Did y'all date consistently from this point forward?
Not consistently. We went on a couple of dates
Okay.
after we initially met. We actually went on a date the day after he got my number.
I had to see her the next day.
Yeah,
Had to
so,
see her the next day.
Yeah, I had
yeah,
to.
we went on a date the day after. And we, mixed and mingled a little bit.
For a month.
Yeah.
We were 18, 19.
Okay.
But we didn't start dating until we were 21. When I was 21, but you were about to turn 21.
Okay. And when did you get married?
22. We hit it off that year after like 3 times of trying to date.
Yeah.
The third time we like hit it off as if it was our first time or something.
Yeah.
But we did like still like each other a
kinda
lot when we were
picked up.
18, 19.
Yeah.
Like we went on a date every week for like a month and like a week, like 5 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I love it. Were you financially secure at that time that you got married?
The lowest number I ever had was probably like 3,000. So is that financially secure?
You had $3,000. You were making $3,000 a month.
No,
No,
I had
saved.
$3,000 saved.
Oh,
That's the
no.
brokest I've ever. That's the brokest she ever seen me.
Yeah, no, that's not financially secure. So literally,
No, yeah,
you guys built what you have today, basically from the ground up. Would
Yeah.
you agree to that?
yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So trading is the business. In the beginning, before you become a mom, do you have anything to do with the company, or are you kind of living your own life, going after your own dreams?
I was still in college. I was going to school for psychology. My initial plans was to get a doctorate in psychology and then start my own practice afterwards. But like you said, we hit it off my junior year, and then after my senior year, I was pregnant my senior year actually with my son, because we got married my junior year, got pregnant with my son my senior year, and then maybe like when I was 3-4 months or so, he was like, look, because he had already started his business.
Okay.
So he was like, look, I need you to help me manage this business because it's getting too much for me to handle on my own. So I was like, okay, well, let me see what's going on. Now, what he said was, he was like, look, the income that you making, we can surpass that if you help me. Like, we can definitely surpass that, because I was working at the airport. I didn't like the job anyways, to be honest.
I was making
working
like
outside.
20 to 30K a month at the
Yeah.
time. So I was like, quit that job.
Yeah,
Quit
it
that
was
job.
it was no
It
point
just
in
helped me.
work.
Yeah.
Because I was part-time.
And she was pregnant with
then-
my son. So I'm
Yeah.
like, look, I can't have you stress about work for $1,500 a month.
Right.
Literally.
And I'm making 30K.
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and you pregnant with my child. Like,
Yeah.
put in your 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did it. I was like,
I love
okay,
this
cool.
for y'all. Listen, I got to tell y'all that I am so inspired by your success and your story, but even more so, the way you honor your wife consistently. When I see you guys out, we've seen each other at a few events, like seeing her from across the room, you can notice how you look for her and you just make sure she's good. On Instagram, you made a comment. You saw that I made that. I'm like, you better go.
Yeah.
You made a comment about Asia handling all of your finances. You recently also just did a Social Proof podcast episode, and you talked about how when it comes to your business and most major decisions in your life, you don't care about anybody else's opinion, but you stopped yourself and said, except my wife. That's the only other opinion that I trust or need, What was it about Asia that you said, not only is she about to be the mother of my child, but I actually want to integrate you into business, because there's a lot of young men and older men too who want to keep their wives very separate from their business.
That's true.
Talent. She remind me, I married her too because she remind me of my mother. My mother is like an excellent wife. My mother quit her job even though she was making more money than my stepfather, because she said she wants to honor her husband. She feels like making more than him makes her not honor him like the Bible says she should. And I thought it was astronomically crazy when it first happened, because I was a ninth grader when she quit her job. Said, look, I'm doing this for the sake of my marriage. And that's where I got the idea. So she would manage my stepfather's money with a spreadsheet, like everything, a whole budget. This much for groceries, this much for bills, this much, and this how much go into savings. And you know what I'm saying? This how much goes for our next investment. Because my parents would invest a little bit in different real estate properties.
Yeah.
So my mom, I lived a real boys in the hood story. My mom, suburbs, my dad, hood.
Okay.
Real boys in the hood story. Like, if I go visit my dad, I'm going to Cleveland Ave.
Okay.
But then when I go to my mom, she live in a nice house, got a Mercedes, all that, like, for real, right? So she reminded me of her. She could cook. She was smart. She was organized. She was OCD. And she was, I personally like girls who don't really have a lot of girlfriends. She don't really like hang out with a group of women, because those women will really taint your relationship. You get what I'm saying? So I never wanted a girl who has a bunch of close girlfriends, because now I can't, you get what I'm saying? 'Cause now I'm fighting with them for building this empire. You get what I'm saying? And then they become priorities in my life. You know what I mean? So she just had every quality that I wanted in a woman. She was valedictorian of her high school. She reminded me of my mom and my sister. My sister was a scholar, all A's, third. She was valedictorian of her high school. My sister was third place grade point average, but she went to a large school though. So even then, that's dang near way close to being a class of like 600 kids, and my sister was third.
Yeah.
So we went to Creekside. So she just reminded me of like a morph between my mom and my sister, as far as like what I admired in women. I admired the fact that my sister really was smart. Like, I noticed it when we got married, when she was still in college. When we moved in together, she would do her schoolwork from sun up to sundown. I've never seen somebody not stop. She's relentless. And I was like, the last time I seen somebody do that was my sister. Never seen, I didn't even know people was doing it. I thought my sister was weird. I'm like, you about to do schoolwork all day?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I got to be successful. Like, crazy. I'm about to go play the game. Like, I'm about to do a little bit of this homework, do as best as I can,
And still
we
be
out.
successful.
And still be successful, and we out. But she was just like that. So I knew this would be the perfect person to, like, manage, because she would cook already for me. And she would make sure the house was clean, even when she worked. But the way she did that schoolwork impressed me. And that's when I always tell young men, you want a girl smarter than you. She's way more book smart than me. She can read faster than me. Things like that. I'm still a great hustler. I'm a genius too. But it impressed me because I never met a girl smarter than me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I've never, like, even if they were book smarter, she was also way more mature too. So it's like she forced me to up my game.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I want to circle back to a point that you made because I know that people have questions about it.
What?
You said that you were attracted to and you desired a woman who didn't have too many friends.
Right.
And what I think you mean by that is you made another point like, I got to fight them too. But I understand that perspective a little bit because women rely a lot on their girlfriends and their opinions and things like that. And there's a saying that says, be careful about the family that you marry into, because his sisters or her sisters will become your sisters. Their parents will become your parents. And I think you're saying, correct me if I'm wrong, you didn't want to date someone who had a lot of other people's opinions in their ear.
Yeah, she could have friends, just not like their opinion about how we do business. Well, honestly, you shouldn't be telling them your bit. We have a rule too where we don't tell anybody our personal business. Like, no matter what, no matter how close they try to get.
What if you need advice?
No.
Who gives it to you?
We gotta talk.
Y'all gotta figure it out together.
We gotta talk.
Because it's
we
us
can't.
at the
We
end
can't.
of the
We
day.
would never mediate any problem we have with somebody else because all they're gonna do is use it against you one day. So, and my mom taught me that. My mom said, no matter what, don't tell anybody what you and your girl going through or what your finance, your anything, like, that's going to come back and hunt you one day, because she said people will do it.
Yeah. And not even just use it against you necessarily. What I've learned is when you talk about, you could have 3 great years and have a 6-month stint where you're just going through it. And you go to your friends or even your family and you start talking about stuff like that. They can never let go
That part.
of that stint. They can never remember the person that you were before and the person that y'all are fighting to be after. So I feel that. I feel like it's also healthy to have an outlet, you know, if someone to talk to, whether it's a therapist or counselor or somebody who doesn't know either party. I don't know, but it's working for y'all. Y'all married, not me. So
It's not gonna work because, I mean, it can for some people, but what I do, it depends on the people. Like, people come to us, but they know we're confidential.
Right.
Because they know you can just sense our energy that we don't care enough to expose you, to do this to you. We have too much integrity for that. So if you meet that rare individual that has integrity like that, meaning act accordingly when no one's looking, there's not a lot of people like that. And because we know that, we have to stay private. We're the only people we know with integrity.
Yeah.
So we keep it that way. You know what I'm saying? We got some people around us too, but it's like, believe it or not, like, we don't argue. So it's like,
Hey, are you a service-based entrepreneur that helps your clients or customers get some type of result, but you're struggling to post and communicate your message on social media? You don't know how to type a caption that connects and gets people's attention and converts them from just someone who's following you on social to becoming your customer or your client? Great news is That's my superpower. So I'm sending you 3 text messages every single day, excluding major holidays, directly to your phone of exactly what you need to post to get people to buy and convert them into clients and customers. All you have to do is join my program, Post to Paid, and you can do so by texting the words Post to Paid to 404-737-2767. And the best news is just $37 a month. So hurry up, send me the text. I'm looking for it now.
Like, even if we do, it's very rare. Like, it's like you know how I be hearing some couples say they argue every day? I'm like,
Yeah, couldn't do it.
every day? Yeah. Like, it's rare. Like, it's probably like once or twice a year. Yeah. And then it's over a disagreement about business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I think we should do it this way and that, but it ain't no like us. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my mom always taught me this too. I was just watching the way my parents moved when they were married. They would do date night every Thursday. So I took her on a date every once a week, but now it's like every other day or every day. Yeah. Like every day.
Every day y'all go on a date.
Nearly.
Yeah.
At least like it depends on, like, we go out and get breakfast. That's considered a date, I guess.
Do y'all do everything together? So, like, where you see Asia, we're going to see Aristotle, vice versa?
We shower together.
80-90%.
Y'all get up every day and shower together?
Yeah, we wash up together.
Every day?
Yeah.
Nearly.
Yeah, nearly.
So, when you travel, can you travel separately? Can you ever go on a girls' trip without him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you miss him? Like, are you the one in the group Like, I'm flying.
Well, I know I would.
Early.
I know I would miss, because I miss my kids all the time when I travel,
Okay.
even with him. So if I travel solo, of course, I'm going to miss everybody. And I'm
But
ready to
y'all
go home.
Y'all are capable of taking trips apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it all the time. Like,
yeah.
I go with him all the time. In fact, we got to do that pretty soon. We got to fly to New York, and then we got to fly to Cali. Like, sometimes I do that, take like little quick trips for business.
Now, I find it interesting. I wanted to talk about this later, but since you brought it up, you guys go on dates almost every other day. You're building a 7-figure business, 8-figure business.
What?
Your business. You're building like a 7-figure business.
Oh, no, it's been past
business?
8.
8-figure business?
Yeah.
Okay. Typically, you hear people who are at that level of building an 8-figure business say, look, we're focused. I don't have time for this is business. But you're still finding time to date each other. You're still finding time to honor your friends for like birthdays and showing up for special events and things like that. It's clear that you have a healthy work-life balance and you are prioritizing your relationship. What's y'all's process like, or even commitment? Is it just secondhand, this is what we do, or have y'all made an actual commitment like this is how we're living our lives?
I think this whole thing just became natural because we work together. So it's not like we have to pre-plan, let's plan to go out this day or that time or anything like that. It's literally like, okay, if we go out to dinner and we want to talk about business, we can talk about business. So we're still spending time together, essentially. We're still bonding. We're still doing the necessary steps that a relationship needs. But I'm not finna say, we can't talk about business during this time or anything like that. It's like we just have a mutual understanding.
Balance. It's balance.
Yeah.
Like, you can never be too one way and you can never be too other way. You have to be here. I tell her I can't be to this, can't be to that.
Right.
Like, after a long day of work, we and sometimes she always work more overtime than I do. I knock on her office door, hey, come. I'm the one now who got to be like,
to pull me away.
I'm the one who got to pull her away from saying, look, stop working. Let's watch a movie.
Okay.
Because I work in the morning. She taking care of kids and everything. So she works at nighttime and I work from morning to to about 5. And I'm still working at night.
Yeah.
While she's doing that, I work all day.
Yeah.
She works and then we balance. We take time with the kids, do things like that. It's all really about balance. But one thing I will say that we do good at is just that, like making sure we cuddle and connect every day. We spend time just kicking it every day.
Okay. Let's talk about the business that's afforded you this lifestyle to be so free and to be so balanced and to afford to be able to do all of this. Trading. You found trading from a Google search, literally, right? and you started to make small trades. How did you sharpen your skill set to the point where now you're making millions simply from trading?
I would say, first and foremost, the information is key. You have to have, so trading, the only way to be profitable in trading is a 4-step process. Risk management, high probability setups, discipline, patience. So with risk management is the amount of money you putting in. So that's first and foremost. You have to have a money plan. So you got to start learning your percent returns. So if I put in 10,000 and I make 20%, that's 2,000. If I put in 100 racks in this thing, I make 20%, 20 racks. So it's all about the end goal of how much money I'm trying to make in the first place.
Yeah.
So my risk management strategy right now is like a 15K per trade. I'm putting in a 15 or a 10. So I make 20, I made 2. I made 50%, I made 5. Things like that, right? So now you got to understand that there's 250 trading days in a year. So if you make $100 a day, that's 25,000, 200, 50,000, 375, $400, averaging these 100 racks.
Okay.
So now I know I got to average $400 a day throughout the whole year. And there will be losses, but I have to average 400, right? Just to make 6 figures.
Okay.
So that's pretty easy to do, to average that. So then I take it to the next level. So it's really about like the money you put in and the setups you're putting them in. You have to buy during dips. That's first and foremost. That's really the only way to be successful in the stock market is knowing when the billionaires, institutional buyers, high frequency trading algorithms are going to load the boat. Because when they load the boat, the prices shoot up, right? So you got to learn what are demand zones to buy. So if a company is doing this, never buy here.
Okay.
Wait till they do that.
So it's coming down.
Then you buy. See what I'm saying? So I never chase.
Okay.
I'm the one who got in here, and now I'm making money, and now you're mad because you didn't get in. I'm that guy who got in already. So that's what I had to learn to become, the guy who got in on the dip.
Did you teach yourself this? Like just research, YouTube, Google? Like,
Yes.
Where'd you learn it?
Books. I read the For Dummies series at first, and that's what taught me so it was technical analysis for dummies. So technical analysis for dummies. Then I read fundamental analysis for dummies. Then I read day trading for dummies. Then options for dummies and swing trading for dummies. So I read all 700 pages of each book. And I read about probably 15 stock market books front to back. So when you do that, to this day, most of the information I have, I still remember from the books. Books I read 7 years ago, but I use it every day. So you know how to say if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So all that information and then the network of people I was able to surround myself with while I was investing really helped catapult it, and just trial and error too. And that's what made me good. But I would say, honestly, if I'm being real honest and transparent, last year I did amazing. I always did amazing with trading. But this year would be the first time I could say, like, last year I was legendary status. I made I was so focused on this museum, so I only made like $850,000 last year in trading profits. This year, we focused on the museum. So right now I'm at like $250,000 already since May.
Okay.
And probably like 300 racks. So I'm actually on pace this year. But I know it's gonna slow down because I'm gotta focus on this too. But I'm gonna still be trading. It's just gonna be like $500,000 a year now.
So then where is the rest of the revenue coming from now to maintain your 8-figure business status?
Oh, I have a large subscription business.
Like a community?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Let's talk about that.
Right. So the goal is they're paying us such a cheap price, but I'm returning you your investment tenfold. So the trial is $35. But the thing is, I know how to make you $350.
Okay.
So I can 10 times whatever you pay me. So that's why I have such a great business model. is because from the outside looking in, it looks like, dang, he making a lot of money. But they don't realize I'm returning people a lot of money. Whatever somebody paid me, I return them sometimes 1,000 times or 1,000,000%. Seriously.
And when you say return, it's through the information that you teach.
The straight up me telling you buy this because I'm getting in.
Okay.
That's what I do.
The signal.
We don't cut no corners. I'm in this.
Okay.
And we teach. So we not only teach you, then we spoon feed you. And then we allow you to see our screen so we can trade. We are the most vertically integrated trading system in the world. And in the morning, we warn you on what's about to happen. Yeah. And at night and on the weekend, we recapping what happened all week.
Because when you're trading, you got to be familiar with like current events, world events, all that stuff.
Yes and a no.
Okay.
I don't watch the news at all, and I still make money.
Okay.
I use technicals and fundamental analysis. I don't have to watch the news at all to make money. That's the funny thing too that I really want our community to really grasp, because we focus a lot on the news. And what you don't realize is if you always focus on the news, you're probably too late.
Yeah.
So I like to get in before it hits the news.
Okay.
For instance, I was in Meta, and I still am to this day. I'm probably up 200,000 on Meta. I didn't know no verified. They were going to do a subscription for verified checks. I got in Meta probably like 6 months before that verified announcement happened.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, and then they got another program coming out for $350.
$350.
And you know I'm getting that.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people on the internet right now arguing. They're in an uproar about this subscription model, especially business owners. And of course, we want to take advantage of every profitable tool that we can, especially when it's free. But it's like, what are you going to do? I'm going to pay Meta whatever Meta wants.
I just bought I bought some more stuff on the dip because I heard that news. I was like, well, this thing is going to the moon. Oh, next earnings, you better believe it.
Yeah.
No way they can't shoot up next earnings.
Absolutely. Your community where you're teaching, basically where you're giving the plays, $35 on a trial. What does it cost regularly?
$125.
That's the first tier.
And then the second tier is $200, and the third tier is $250. So I never tax people too much because I want the average person to have a chance to get in and learn. But the return on investment is the best part of my business model. It just so happened that I got a lot of people paying this.
What's a lot of people? What's a lot of people?
Yeah, like 10,000 people in my community.
10,000 people in the community. 10,000 people in the community. On the lowest tier of $125, it's 1.25 a month that you bring times 12. Is that 15 million a year potentially that you could bring in from the community?
If you do your math right, I guess.
Because if I reverse engineer it and divide, that's still okay, so let's talk about this because community has been something that myself and David,
we be so like, because I don't really like disclose that type of stuff, but it's cool.
No, I mean, this is full transparency.
Yeah, no, you
can.
You
got to know that we got to break it down.
You can, because at the end of the day, the return on investment we're going to give people is astronomical.
Well, and so even before we get into what it means to build community, at $125 up to $250, I think is your top tier, you can't be... I used to trade Forex, right? I was dibbling and dabbling in Forex a little bit. And without knowing what I was doing, I could make a couple $100 to a couple $1,000 a day. This is without knowing. This is like just being given a little bit of information, not understanding any charts, not understanding any data, plugging into a call or two, whatever. And I was doing it through a network marketing company. So not like serious education. So I know the value in having access to somebody who understands the business, especially from a technical analysis standpoint, and then you're plugged into them and they're giving you a play, I know the value in that. At $125 to $250, you can't be calling plays more than once a week.
For sure we are.
Most definitely.
Like probably like all week, honestly. Like I call them on average once every other day, and then my guys live trade. They take about 2 to 5 trades a day. And then I got another guy. So we taking about 10 trades a day.
So is this scalping the market? Is this?
So how it works is we have peers. So we have tiers in the company. Mm-hmm. If you are a swing trader and you have a 9 to 5, if you have a job, I'm your guy. I'm the guy you can follow blindly and make money. Mm-hmm. If you want consistent day trading money, live trading, you love the thrill of trading, we got 4 guys who live trade every day, Monday through Friday. Mm-hmm.
And that means they pick up an entry point and like get out. We're in, we're out.
Exactly.
We're setting stop losses.
It's on voice. So you can hear them talking. You can hear them saying, and we have a scribe who also, I pay a guy to scribe whatever they say they getting in. Mm-hmm. So they don't even have to do nothing but just talk.
Mm-hmm. So you won't miss it.
Yeah. So either way, you either going to get it through text or you can hear it. You can choose which one you want to do.
Yeah. Really?
That's why I have the world's best trading system, because no one can replicate my business model. It's been so hard. When I say people have been trying and trying and trying, but the manpower is very hard to find, especially today. It's so hard to recreate this.
That's important.
You cannot, like my business model, there's a reason why I'm cornerstoning this. It's because the business model, so many people have tried it, trust me.
Yeah.
But you have to be the type of leader people want to follow. You get what I'm saying?
Well, and you have to have the results, right?
That too. So I can trade. So think about it. My people respect me because I'm good. Yeah. I'm not also good. I'm great. Mm-hmm. I'm excellent at what I do.
Yeah.
See, when I was in the military, I had to learn we only respect the sergeant who runs, do push-ups and sit-ups, who has been through war, all of that with us. So in order to build respect from my employees and my community, I must be legendary too at this. I can't have guys working under me and then now, and then they're just like blowing me out the water. How they gonna feel?
Yeah.
Like I can do this better than you.
I can do this better than you. So
see what I'm saying?
They got access to your community.
Thank you.
They know how you've gotten them in. So now
that's why everybody's stuff be failing, because they themselves keep getting outdone by their subordinates. See, I'm not saying my guys aren't better than me.
Right.
What I'm saying is like I'm equally or like we're all kind of like just good at what we do.
Yeah.
Like they respect me as a legend, they're a legend too. See what I'm saying? That's why my business model also works too, because I am good at what I do.
And you're collaborating with other people who are equally good. This is actually a lesson in building community.
Exactly.
And I want to talk about that because I've been building community since 2012, right? Mm-hmm. That's been the cornerstone of how I build business. Mm-hmm. I came up in the network marketing industry, direct sales, and it's all about community, right? Mm-hmm. And then when I became an entrepreneur, it was always in servant leadership to the community. Mm-hmm. And now I believe that community is just a trendy word. And so many people are creating these, logging on to these or subscribing to these subscription platforms. You got your Circle.io, your Mighty Networks, whatever it is that you're using. They're paying, they throwing up their 3 tiers of this amount, this amount, this amount, this is what you get. And you have this high level attrition rate. You can't keep people in the community because they think it's all about them. How important is collaboration inside of the community? Like without the collaboration element.
What do you mean by collaboration?
So you're bringing in the other geniuses or legends, as you call them.
It saves you time. If your community, here's another thing that is hard to recreate. My community isn't just about me.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
See what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to build a good community and it's all about you, these people paid to come see you, but then you have nobody as equal to you. So now no matter what so there's another thing too. If the people under you suck, then you think you just about to walk away. Like right now, while I was doing the episode, my guys are running the community. See what I'm saying? But they don't suck. They're legendary like me.
Yeah.
I can trust them behind my back. to run this, and they care. They love what they do.
How'd you get to the point where there are other people who are equally as talented as you that you trust to have this level of access and insight into your business?
Pay them. I'm being honest with you, like, make sure they can make an M too.
Oh, not a $50,000 salary.
There's no
way.
Everybody who ever works for me is 6 figures. Probably the lowest tier on there is probably like a $120K, something like that.
But it doesn't start that way.
Nah, we started like off a certain way, but the thing is, like, giving them opportunities. Like, I really bust down M's with my guys, so I created courses with them. I could have did this course myself. See what I'm saying? But I said, you know what? Let my guys teach too, and earn a percentage. So everything I ever created, I allowed them to get a percentage of. So that's how I'm doing it. See, when you build a community, a lot, and that's another thing they fell at. See, it's the leader. I'm telling you what it is. It's me. It's I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. I'm making sure my guys eat. I'm making sure my guys don't have to go get another stream of income. Yeah. I'm making sure you can't buy them out because you don't have the money I got to pay them. And on top of that, so that's the thing, like, I pay them a price that no one can compete with. And even if they tried, they're not going to like you as a leader because they're going to say, oh, we're carrying this. So like, and on top of that, I offer them a lot of things. Like, I have a large social media platform, so they know they need something. Just ask me. It's a shout out. I don't care.
Yeah.
Or when I buy a private jet, I'm flying my guys out. I pay for that private. Come on. I ain't having them pitch in money for stuff like that, man. Look, let's get on this private. Let's go to Vegas. Let's have a boys trip. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Calling them. Hey, pull up to my baby shower. Hey, when I go to New York, I tap in with my guy who lived there. When I go to DC, I tap in with my guy who lived there. So when I always see them every year too. I check up on them. I visit them. Stuff like that, you know?
I love that. So there's someone who's saying, okay, I just picked up on this piece of almost a profit share model that you're giving them. You create a course, you're creating it with someone. If someone who's watching, I'm asking for them, I'm not asking for me. Somebody's watching and they're saying, you know what? I know some talented people that I could bring on my team and partner with them on certain projects inside of my company. How do you suggest that looks? Like, what's a good payout? If I'm creating this course, I'm allowing you to create it with me, but I have the following, I have the influence, I'm really leveraging your information, and I want to set it up so that you get paid from it.
Give them, see, some people want it one or two ways. They either want equity or a monthly stipend. Most of the time, people want a good, guaranteed monthly stipend.
Okay.
Because equity can go up and down.
For sure.
And sometimes people don't like that. So I'm like, what you need per month to come teach me? You ask them, what do you need per month to where you're happy and I'm happy? And we'll go from there.
Okay.
They say this number.
If it works.
I say this number. Cool. That's all it is. It's just a conversation like that.
Yeah.
What do you need?
What happens though if the course starts to underperform and what you're paying them, the course is no longer generating in revenue?
Well, first, is the course live or recorded? Because it's a difference.
Okay. That's fair. It could be
We
either.
we don't have a course. We have live mentorships. We have a beginner's course when you first sign up, but the mentorship has to be live because you're not going to watch it if I give you some videos.
Yeah.
So I realized I'm lacking in we tried to make it a course, and then we realized we're no longer getting testimonials because they won't finish it.
Yeah, they won't.
And now my performance is going down. So now I can't.
Stories.
Exactly. I need them to succeed. That's another thing too about my company. I benefit from you succeeding. I don't benefit from you losing. We're going to lose subscribers and I lose testimonials.
Yeah.
So I want the amazing testimonials. So we give the best signals the market can provide for that reason.
Yeah. That's a huge difference in between a community and just someone who is doing courses or even
And I
who's
go to
doing-
every city and tell everybody to pull up for free and all drinks on me
Yeah.
and food on me.
That's what we do. I do that. I go in whenever I'm traveling, I send a message and let them know, hey, I'm in your city, and we'll normally do like breakfast or something like that. You have to really be helping people to have them randomly just pull up on you in person,
Exactly.
because that can backfire. You can also gauge how well somebody knows their stuff and how good they are to their community and how well their community members are doing based on their leadership, based on the number of testimonials that you're getting, based on how many people are staying, not just joining, but staying in your community.
That's hard to get them to stay. And
It's
people
hard.
That's the thing. You can get them to join. Staying is the hard part. And people always ask me, how do I increase retention? For one, people pay to be spoon-fed. They're not paying. A lot of people aren't paying for information, and I had to accept that. Yes, people want to learn, but that's 10%. The other 90% want, buy. What do I need to buy? Because I don't got time for this.
Gratification.
So I have the most instant gratification business model nearly that can ever like exist nearly. Like I'm talking about, you sign up, you spend 2 days on a beginner's course, take it. Now I send out this, all you gotta do is know how to enter it until you learn. So now you making money as you learn. That's why you see nothing but a bunch. Don't you see a lot of testimonials on my page all the time?
For sure.
Like it's like in a new one, I'm talking about I can post them weekly. So it's I can post them today. I got more. I probably generated like what we invest in today, Starbucks. I made about $3,000 before I got here, and then showered and came out here.
$3,000 for breakfast, and then came to actually do some interviews. But that's a key. That's really a key, what you said. And I even teach this. I agree with you wholeheartedly. For those of you who are thinking about adding a community component to your business, and it's an add-on. It's not like the total business yet. It can become the total business. But for those of you who are thinking about adding a community component, you have to figure out how in your industry, for your niche specifically, how to get people a quick win. If you can get people a quick win, you will keep them tuned into you. You'll have their attention longer so that you have more of a chance to demonstrate that they can win with you.
But then you got to get it to where you don't burn yourself out. So you got to make it, if you're going to build a community, you can't have more than one day not active. Meaning, think about it. If you're not drawing their attention, and they're going to, that attention is going to go somewhere else. So we're constantly in your face, teaching you this and that. That's how you increase retention, by staying in their face. Because think about it. If I'm in your community and you talking about girl talk, but you only talk once a week, so I'm paying for 4 a month. But I can go over here, this person is live. They're out working you. They live every day. That's better for me, no matter how good you are at what you do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm working on that part, because the longer you stay out of somebody's face, the more disconnected they become to your community. And don't let them miss the one time that you show up in the community. Let's say you go live in the group every Monday and they're not available on that Monday, and now they got to go. They've missed that Monday and they have to go a whole other week. It's like 2 weeks since they last heard your voice. You're not going to keep that person.
Always remember, like, treat every customer like it's your last. You get what I'm saying? Because if not, they going to be at someone else's front door.
They're going to be at somebody else's front door.
Exactly.
Let's talk about diversification, because we know that one of the ultimate strategies to building generational wealth is diversifying how you make that money. And so, serial entrepreneur, master trader, real estate investor. I want to get into this piece because you are currently all over the blogs. You just made a legendary purchase here in Atlanta, in a neighborhood that's very close to where you grew up. The building is now known as the Legacy Center. You purchased that asset for $3.65 million cash. Let's talk about this. First of all, how did you even, why were you even in the game for this property. I know that when that property hit the market, there were so many people who wanted to submit an offer because it looked like the cool thing to do.
Right.
But you had a different reason.
Yeah, like it's funny because you're right. I think I humbly was the one who bought that with a serious plan. Like when I say a serious plan, meaning I was meeting with architects years prior to this. And I was already developing another property. It just so happened that the other property was going to take 3-4 years to develop. And this property was like turnkey. And it was $6 million cheaper.
$6 million cheaper. That's interesting verbiage because the word on the internet is that you paid way too much money for it.
Right. And then in my eyes, I saved.
You saved.
Yeah.
Break that down.
Well, for the $9 million project that we were going to do, I was going to put up $4 million of my money anyways. So now I'm putting up that's just to get it built. You know what I'm saying? And I was going to finance the other 5. So I look at it as if I was going to put up $4 million anyways, and that was the goal in the first place, and this building is selling for 3.5, I'm going to offer 3.6. You get what I'm saying?
You wanted it. Why was it so significant to you?
Because my city needs it.
Your city needs it.
My people need it. Like, I'm from here. It's tatted on my chest. Like, I go to Falcons games. I go to Hawks games. I went to field trips here. I put, this city is everything to me and my personality. So it meant everything to me to have that specific building because I am from the south side of Atlanta. To be fair, Cam Newton is too, and he was a bidder on the building. But anything outside of, like, Atlanta, I feel like, too, is just too much influence from out-of-towners. You know what I'm saying? And my city isn't feeling their flavor. They need my flavor. See what I'm saying? They need homegrown flavor from somebody who knows how to really get the information to them. The results I've given my community, the things I know outside of trading that I don't even speak on. I'm actually a master marketer. I'm actually a master strategic. So I can literally go in anybody's business and turn it up. I never did.
We can see that. We can see that you're a master strategist and a master marketer by the way you run your own business.
But I don't teach anything.
By the way you approached your wife.
Yeah.
Strategy.
Everything is like that. So it's like, in my eyes, I save. It's not about how much it costs. It's about how much you're going to return from the investment. So, you know, that's what it's about with me.
But you could have purchased, there's an abundance of real estate, land, all those things available specifically on the south side. The south side is a great place to buy. Right now, you could have purchased any piece of. Tell me why. What's that about?
It's for the specific plan that we have. It had to be that building.
Okay.
It had to be that piece of property. Then it was everything we were going to do with our building. This one cost $6 million cheaper. The big space in that building is what we were going to use for our particular business model. The gated thing is what we needed for our particular business model.
Okay.
The you gotta think like roofing, plumbing, electricity, all of that costs money.
A lot of money.
So this was turnkey ready, and it's an investment property. So when you buy something cash, you can still go to the bank and get a line of credit off of that. So I can still go to the bank and get my $3 million back just to renovate it.
And keep the equity.
Thank you. So it's like it's $6 million by buying it cash that I got.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
That's
I bought it cash. You know what I'm saying? Line of credit, $3 million, renovated. Now I have a state of the art, facility.
And this is like a 30,000 square foot space.
Yeah. People saying I overbought because they were mad that they couldn't afford it.
First of all, don't talk directly to me.
Oh, my fault.
First of all, you're not going to be in my room, in my face, telling me what I couldn't do with my money, all right? That's not what we going to do. I definitely would have had some interest in securing the building.
My fault.
For sure.
My fault.
For sure. And if I'm being totally honest and fully transparent, I wouldn't have overbid. I would have come in trying to negotiate out of the jump.
You
It
can't
was too
negotiate
much
in
competition.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
can't negotiate
this is
in
a bidding
competition.
war. This is between I'm bidding against an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
know what
like
I'm saying?
buying a house.
This is Atlanta. Like you can't come to Atlanta bidding anything on a property and think you about to go under.
Well, this is why you're winning at the level that you're winning. I honestly, if I'm being honest, would have come in like, I got 2.8.
Next person
0.7.
gonna blow you out.
You would have came in like, not only am I going to overbid, I'm overbidding and I'm paying cash.
And I don't want nobody to compete. I would rather spend for one, it appraised for 3.3. So no one was going to be able to do that
That's
anyways.
a starting point.
Okay.
It appraised for 3.3.
Okay.
I spent 300 over to make sure that there was no competition
Just to make sure.
because I'm from here.
What do you plan on doing with this building that's so significant for you to willingly, voluntarily overpay for the asset?
So we're going to build a financial literacy learning center we can't really disclose it. And the only reason I say that is because after bidding for that, I realized that,
Hey, CEO Donnie Wiggins here, and I am so excited to announce my new mentorship group is dropping. You may have already heard about it, but I wanted you to hear it from the horse's mouth directly from me. My new mentorship group, Actionable CEO, for entrepreneurs who are interested in professional growth, personal growth, and financial growth. You want to learn from me. Y'all have been asking for this for the last 3 years, and I have finally brought Actionable CEO back to serve you every single week. Direct mentorship from me. You will also hear from other people who are in my community that I believe will be greatly impactful to you. You're going to get behind the scenes. We're going to be spending some time together live. This is not pre-recorded. This is live mentorship. So if you are an entrepreneur and you want to be connected, feel connected, you want to elevate your brand, you want to elevate your life, you want to elevate your level of success, Actionable CEO is for you. ActionableCEO.com. See you there.
I'm being watched, for one. That's for one. And for two, like, I wouldn't want to tell what I plan on executing until bricks are being laid.
Most definitely.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so when after construction, that's when we're going to say, here's what we're really, really doing with this building. But the one thing I can say is it's going to change the world. It's going to teach people how to get money for certain.
The world.
The world.
Not
This is
just the city.
No, the world. This is going to be an attraction
staple
that this.
building.
When we went to Coca-Cola factory, because we were going there just to check it out, the person asked, how many people are from Atlanta?
Only a few.
Me and her raised our hand. It's 300 people in the room.
And only 2 of y'all from here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what does that say? This is already a tourist attraction. The aquarium, the this, the that. All they looking for is more.
Okay.
So
So we
this is
get
a
that.
tourist attraction.
It is a tourist attraction.
Yes, it's not.
It's
It's
open
not.
to the public.
Thank
Yes.
you. It's
Okay,
not.
let me put some clues. Let me put some context clues in place. Financial literacy, for sure. Or are you just saying that?
No, seriously.
Financial
Seriously.
literacy. It will be in a tourist spot.
It's a tourist attraction.
It's close to the airport.
Thank you.
So you're making it convenient for people to travel to and from.
Yep.
Will we be able to stay there overnight?
No.
Not be able to stay there overnight.
No.
Membership access, private
No.
access, club access,
No.
just open to the public.
Yeah.
Day tickets.
I ain't saying no more. I ain't saying.
You know I
no.
know where to go with this.
I know. The reason why is because I told you I'm being watched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when I say
is
like,
it-
Because the vision has to be made.
yeah,
is
it has to. I'm sorry. I wish. I
Yeah,
wish.
Is the confidentiality more to do with nobody outpacing you to your idea, to your
Yep,
concept?
because they're going to cop. One thing about these people is they want to literally take my idea and run with it. But
Okay.
I will say this: no one has the funds like I do right now,
For sure.
and that's me humbly speaking. Like to be able to throw in $6 million on a project that fast and not feel it is, so I'm not threatened by that part.
Okay.
It's just, we know we have to be confidential. We wish that we could tell people what's really going on with it.
When will we be able to know? So you said when the bricks are being laid.
Grand opening.
No.
Like once we feel like there is no way anybody can catch up. Yeah. Cause I'm telling you, like, a lot of people were threatened when we bought it because they probably had an idea in their head thinking like, is he going to execute my idea? Cause I know he got the bankroll.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we're staying confidential with it for that reason. Like, but yes, like the business, and on top of that, we also have to have the 3D video of, you know what I'm saying? Like when you do a real estate. Yeah, like we got to get it all together. We talking to the architect right now.
Is this something that you'll be welcoming partners into?
Sponsors,
but not partners to get any income, because I put up my
No
3.6 million, and the 3 million to renovate it is also coming from me.
You're renovating this completely done building is fairly newly.
Yeah, we want it different.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the point. It's not going to be that.
No.
Okay.
It's going like
not even the floor plan though.
Not even the floor plan is going to be the same.
Okay.
Everything you see about that building from the outside, even that green on the side is going to be a parking lot.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like we have to expand our parking lot too.
Okay.
So this is 100% going to be different.
Yes.
Okay. I'm excited. What's the target release or reveal date when it's going to be ready to go?
My deadline is before the World Cup, that we need to be. I don't care about anything but that World Cup week. And that's 2 years from now.
You said something so powerful in the Social Proof podcast. You were talking about the World Cup, and you said that if you have not started your brick and mortar business yet, start it now and get to it before the World Cup, because the city of Atlanta has seen massive success when we hosted the Olympics. What was the other event you mentioned?
The Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. And then now
we have the World Cup.
Now we have the World Cup 2026. And I wasn't even, Aristotle, you really are such a genius. You're really intelligent. I don't know who you have advising you, or if these are just things that you've learned along the way, but I respect the way that you think so much. And Asia, I respect just your ability to support him and keep up with him on this pace. Like he said, you're the smartest person he knows. And I understand your contribution to the whole entire framework. And I am enamored with you guys. Like, y'all are doing things not even just at your age, because I strongly dislike when people say, oh, for a woman, Donnie is doing. I'm like, no, I'm just doing it, right? So not even for your age, but we cannot ignore the fact that y'all are in y'all's 20s. You are not focused on getting money today. You are not focused on following a trend. You're literally saying like, no, I'm putting on for my city. Like, this is the ultimate. If you look at the follow-up video to putting on for the city, this is it, right? This is what we're doing. I'm putting on for my city. You're talking about the foundation that your grandma, your grandfather, and your parents gave you, to the framework that they followed. You're talking about building something that is world-changing, right? And you're forecasting based on events that happened when you were in middle school, things that happened when you weren't even born yet. You are forecasting based on that. And to be so sharp, to be so disciplined, to have accomplished what you've accomplished so far, but to be using this data and applying it for a purpose that will outlive you is commendable. And you need your flowers for that, for sure. Like, I am proud of you. I'm excited for the journey. I am happy that you guys are happy and in love and doing this together. I'm so happy that you found each other before you were who you were today.
For sure.
For sure.
Definitely.
We're definitely happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's not easy, man or woman, achieving a level of great success and being single and having to worry about what people's motives are and priorities are when it comes to you. And to see that you guys are focused on family and community, like, outstanding.
That's another reason we did it too. Generational wealth. So I wanted something that I could own, that could be ran, that could be cash flowing, that my kids could manage, and my grant is something that is going to be in Atlanta for. So this $4 million, that's what I'm saying. People are crazy. I'm like $3.6 million. This property is going to be worth like $10 million one day.
They have no idea.
You see what I'm saying? So like, joke's on you. I got a discount. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. I got a discount because I know this is going to be, even without us doing anything, the stuff they're doing in Atlanta, this is a $5 million building.
Automatic profit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is going to get appraised for more. And then the money I'm putting into it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and then even then, like I tell people, even I told my wife, if we lose, sell the building and we get our cash back.
You already know there's a built-in demand for it.
Thank you. So I'm telling you, like, that's it. You can't lose with this. If I lose, I get my money back.
Yeah.
Go on about my business.
Plus more.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so, plus more.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's how I see it. And then my kids and my grandkids, by the time I'm 25 years from now, this is definitely going to be worth $15 million building easily.
Definitely.
You get what I'm saying? And then it's going to be historical, things like that. And I just really believe in the idea. Everybody who is on my team believes in the idea. Like, when I say they eyes lit up the moment, I'm talking about it was love at first sight. I brought this idea to everybody, and my whole team was like, this is it. We stand behind you. We're going to have the whole city behind you. And people really don't know how connected I really am in Atlanta. I'm super connected in Atlanta. It's just, I'm not posting a lot of pictures with people. You get what I'm saying?
You don't have to when you have certain relationships.
Yeah, like, these are organic
You don't have to
relationships.
prove them.
You get what I'm saying?
What is understood.
Because now you look like I don't know, you just look like a
Clout chaser.
Yeah. Like, you want to show everybody that you know such. It's cool sometimes, but it's like, it depends on what purpose it's for.
For sure.
Like,
If
you at a
it's natural and
concert, then
organic.
you see Beyonce, take a picture.
Cool, yeah.
Period. Post
Yeah.
that everywhere. Run ads with that.
Yeah, Beyonce.
Oh, Lord.
Beyonce
What?
is different. Who is advising you? Who are your mentors?
Fly, the one who manages owns Lucci, Rich Homie Quan, and Trinidad James Music. You know him? You heard of him?
I heard of him. I don't know him, but I know who he is.
He's been my biggest mentor. A dude named Cliff, which is Fly best friend.
Okay.
He owns a lot of property on the bluff. A dude named Dutch, which Fly also know. They all in the same circle.
Yeah.
He owns a lot of daycares around Atlanta. All these guys are in the real estate. Who else is one that I really look up to who give me advice? Those three right there are like my top, because they can offer me information that I can't offer myself. It's like they have more experiences. These guys had $1 million when they were in their 20s. But in the 2000s, the early 2000s. So they understand me. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like men who had an M in their 20s understand me more than the men who hustling, competing with me. Now, I feel like today I'm in competition with the OGs on the internet.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? They see me as competitors. But in Atlanta, the OGs already had it.
Yeah,
We got a different level of OGs here. That's why I connect more with the real world than the internet world, because they're competitors. They don't really want to build with me. They want to, I don't know what it is.
So with the way that you curtail, or you are very particular about how you showcase your public life, you don't really share details of your marriage. You don't really share real intimate details of your personal life. You don't really share a whole lot about the circles that you run in that would automatically get you validated in many rooms. You've got almost 1 million followers. How did you build that?
How did I build a million followers?
Yeah, how'd you get there? Like, you don't really show a whole lot. Obviously, business stuff. Like, is your following strictly based off of testimonials? Is that what it's been over the years?
Yeah, like content, people see the content I make is called reshareable content. So I don't just make content to make it. Sometimes I do, but for the most part, I believe a quality over quantity aspect. So I do run ads, I would say a combination between advertisements, content, YouTube, and consistency. I posted every day for 7 years straight.
You've posted every day for
7 years straight.
Okay, that'll do it. That will.
I shocked the world.
Girl, I will take months off. You hear me? Months off.
That's me.
Without posting on social media. You shock the world?
It's called shocking the world. I'm going to put it in your face every single day.
Yeah.
Not relentlessly. Stressed, depressed. We're working.
Are you creating your own content, or do you have a team that's helping you do that and post for you?
Create my own. All I gotta do is talk, and something gonna go viral. All you gotta do is ask like this. He's gonna clip this, and he's gonna have viral moments from it. That's all I do. Is just talk for a long time. Have the coldest editor. This dude is so cold, but I can never disclose who he is. Dude's cold, but he's definitely brought me probably over 100 million views easily.
You won't share them off camera
No.
either? Absolutely not.
I don't, nobody can infiltrate anybody in my team. My team, everybody who works with me is for me. And that's another thing too, to keep your business afloat. If you my camera guy, non-compete. You work for me, you work for me. If you my manager, no, you pick up my calls. You my wife, can't.
Of course.
You get what I'm saying? Like, hey, anything, if we locked in, that's because we don't need all this outside energy to make money. We spreading ourselves when we can just focus on one task and build one thing, and we all eat. So that's how I look at it. But you have to be an unselfish leader, and they got to know you're an unselfish leader. If I was selfish, no, you know what I'm saying? This thing wouldn't be this big.
What trends do you see shaping the future of trading right now? Like, where is the business going?
That's why I diversify, because, I mean, it's going good. Like, I'm just staying consistent with what's going on. I got stock Sundays. That thing is just booming. Like, I used to do it, like, I did it for free I still do it for free. It's still a free show. Like, it's not no webinar or nothing like that. I just give people plays for free, and they make money for free. So here's another thing that's so interesting about my business. Stock Sunday legitimizes the world out of my business, because no one can say this guy is a scam and he don't know what he's talking about. There's literally 47 episodes of me predicting the market and it happening. 40, you can't be wrong 47 times straight. So that's why you don't see people saying, this guy don't know what he's talking about, because I can literally give you a play Sunday, you can make money Monday, Tuesday for free. So that's another thing that's been taken off my business, is giving people plays every Sunday for free. Say, all right, you don't believe I'm legit?
Just watch.
I'm going to tell you I'm about to get in this play. I've made 6 figures on the show.
Yeah.
Trading. And they watch me do it. So most of my members come from that show now. Like, literally, like, not even Instagram, YouTube.
And you are so consistent with helping people get wins and showing your actual journey, that when there is a loss, because there will be losses,
Right.
people are still tapped in because they understand that there are risks involved when it comes to investing.
For sure.
Yeah.
They respect that you show the losses as well.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
you're not pretending that everything is a win. With trading, there's always risk.
And that's the word, Asia. Not even just in trading. I found that in business in general, especially when you're like in our kind of industry where you're building a lot based on your own persona, people respect when you show your losses.
Yeah.
That is a tip for you. That is a key for you, whatever industry that you're in. If you position yourself as a perfect person, it's not relatable. It's not anything that anybody can achieve to be for themselves. You have to be just as willing to show your losses as you are all of your wins.
That's why I show a spreadsheet of my trades monthly.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, like, I'm just that good at it. Like, I know this sounds unbelievable, but like, I literally like, I literally show a spreadsheet of all my trades I took.
Yeah.
Anybody can I challenge anybody. You come in my chat and just go data check every trade I ever did this month or last year. And you're going to be like, this is unbelievable.
Yeah. Asia, mother,
Yes.
wife, businesswoman. Tell me what you see for yourself. What's next for you? Are you moving into a higher role in how you show up in the family business? Are you branching off and doing some other things? Like, what's on the horizon for Asia?
Well, I wouldn't even say anything that I do, it won't be a branch off. Essentially, it's going to be something that helps our empire regardless. So it won't be ever a time where I'm just like, well, I want to do my own thing. No, because we've started this together and we're going to finish it together.
Yes.
So whatever I do, like I said before, whatever position I'm in, however I show up in the business is going to be the most beneficial way for both of us, for our kids, for our generational wealth, for everything. So the position that I'm in now, I mean, that's what I am. That's what I do. I love it. And that's not going to change. I love being a mother. I love being a wife. And I love being a business partner to my husband. That's me.
I love this.
She's carrying the business right now. Like,
yeah.
Like carrying it. Like, any house we ever bought, it's because of her. The taxes, because of her. If I had to do all this myself, I'd be so behind. Like, right now, like, she's carrying the business for sure. Like, you know, I'm doing my thing. I'm making sure, you know, I do my thing, but like, definitely like 50% is definitely owed to her for sure.
This is a real family business.
Oh,
Yeah.
Most
Like,
definitely.
with this museum, even then, like.
Wait a minute. The museum. Is that what we're doing?
No.
What's the museum
I
about?
meant to say,
That's something else.
Is this what's happening?
Nah, like, we got something else going on.
What's the museum about? I was ready to wrap this up, and I did hear you throw out museum before. Is this something that you can talk about?
Nah,
Not
we got
yet.
like more. We got like a whole bunch of stuff.
It's a lot.
Is
Like,
it
we-
full transparency or not?
Cause people gonna copy, but nah.
They
This
said
is a
never
completely
expose
different-
yourself before you put
But
everything
this
on
is
the
completely
ground.
separate from what's happening with what's now known as the Legacy Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's gonna be our financial literacy hub to teach the community and stuff.
Okay.
But like, you know, like having people come pay to learn type thing on a daily basis. Yeah.
This is the museum.
No.
That's I
No.
want to know. Jeff.
No.
What's up, Jeff? Where's the museum? Is it in the city of Atlanta?
It's not okay. Nothing is established yet.
Yeah, like-
Everything is projections.
We got 2 properties we got to develop.
Yeah, so it's 2 different things that we're working on simultaneously.
And these are commercial properties.
Yeah,
You're just looking to diversify.
yeah,
So
very much.
right now, real estate is a large portion of your strategy.
So. Yes.
The industries that you're
Real
getting
estate.
involved in.
Yes, that is like
Real estate the only way
top
we gonna
next
keep going.
thing. Yeah.
So is this where we're focusing the majority of our attention on? Can we expect now for Aristotle's content to shift into conversations primarily surrounding real estate?
No.
Nah, actually, yes, because I'm partnering with somebody. The dude I told you who sold my house over there, well, who I bought the property from. He's gonna be teaching me. I told him with the money I'm making every month, I at least want to try to buy a house.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Residential?
saying? Yeah.
Well, yeah, a house. Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you keep your income options open?
What is that?
What do you mean?
Meaning, are you open to hearing other ideas in which you could potentially earn a profit?
We're interested in hearing them, but one thing we had to learn from being burnt in the past is all money got to go to us until, like, because we have never made money from ever investing in anybody but ourselves. Ever. Like, we only took losses.
I'm asking this question, and I respect that. I understand that. But I'm sure you've tracked me and David's success history, and you kind of know a little bit about what we do. And I'm asking because you have such this affinity and connection to specifically the Cleveland Avenue general area. Mm-hmm. And as you may know, we've recently purchased a 15,000 square foot building, commercial property in that area. And we have some phenomenal plans that we've shared with you before. Mm-hmm. And we just so happen to be seeking investors. And we want you to have your feet planted right on Cleveland Avenue. And essentially, I'm just throwing that out there and asking if this is a conversation that we can entertain.
Why we both do that? She's like, okay, I'm being honest and transparent with you. This is the honest truth. Mm-hmm. And because this is full transparency. Now, as far as what I'm doing with my money and what I'm doing with my buildings, not so much. But when it comes to us investing in other people, I was so pissed off in 2023 that I told my wife that I have to take a break off people for like a good 5-10 years. Mm-hmm. Like I will never allow myself to be, and the only time I ever get that mad is when I invest in someone and I don't get my ROI. Mm-hmm. So that's the risk we run into. We've invested $100K over here, $100K for this app, $100K for this, $100K. So I've invested 400 racks into black people with this same stuff. Mm-hmm. We got this for you. This gonna do this. It's gonna do that.
Right.
I understand.
You get what I'm saying?
Then,
like,
even then, it's still kind of like.
And this ain't no Tulsa. Really, like, this is like no, I gave 400 racks to, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
400K of my money. See, I've taken losses like that, but it's small to me still. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So so those losses stressed me out for like months.
Yeah.
And it takes healing, a year of healing after every loss.
Of course.
So I refuse to go through another time period like that where I'm sitting back mad because she doesn't like that. Like, she knows me. Like, I don't let stuff go. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
So are you giving me a winded explanation to kind of come back to the answer being no?
Almost, yeah, because we're just scared of it. Like, it's not that we don't want to. It's just...
I think Asia was coming with a different angle.
Go
Asia,
ahead.
I think you were more open to the suggestion, and you handle the finances anyway. So.
I'm scared of cussing people out again. I'm sorry.
It's not really about.
If I don't get my money back, I'm gonna be mad. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, that part too.
Look, we are $500,000 in already. If we don't get our money back, we gonna be mad. So I feel you.
Yeah, I think right now is just not the best timing, especially for the projects that we're trying to complete.
We gotta
have
like
to give
even
our all to
every
projects.
penny gotta go into this right now.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
It's just 1.3 million.
It's
just 1.3.
That 1.3 can be for our renovation.
Exactly.
Diversification.
I'll say this. Holler at us after we complete this museum. If we have some change left, you know what I'm saying?
So there is a museum.
No. We got two. We got two things going on.
I got you.
So once the
museum is the second part of this. So we got two developments. So we developing a property every year.
Okay.
So this property, the Financial Literacy Learning Center, is going to be where we educate. The one that we just bought. The next one is going to be the museum.
I understand.
Yeah.
So once we at least give our all to these projects, because we want to bet on ourselves first before we try to bet on somebody else.
I love
because we got two projects that we got to complete.
Two massive projects at that. These aren't small projects.
No,
but
not small projects.
We still gonna go to dinner after this anyway and still talk about it because I'm persistent. That's how I got to where I am today. We'll still go to dinner.
Yeah, like, but yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, all money gotta go to like whatever we got going on.
I feel you.
It's tight.
No, I understand because that's exactly the position that we're in right now. What y'all got going on? What we doing?
But
What y'all doing? Why you so intensely staring over here at Jeff?
nah, I was staring at the camera, but then I was staring at him.
You throwing signals behind my head? Aristotle, if you had to start all over again from scratch,
Right.
what would that look like?
What do you mean?
If you had to start your career all over again, knowing what you know now, what would you do first?
Well, I'd be a millionaire again.
Faster.
Yeah, faster.
Faster. Still trading?
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Not straight into real estate?
Knowing what I know now with the same connections I have and everything,
Yeah.
I'm so G. I could go and ask somebody for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done did so much groundwork where it's like that. So that's another thing, too. When you look out for a lot of people, you could always, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, a person should never do is just put all of their assets into one specific thing. Because one thing that we did learn is, okay, yes, you can do real estate, but don't make that your only source of income. You have to have something outside of real estate. And if you have a subscription, you have to have something outside of that subscription.
Yeah.
Because you have to recycle your money. You have to alleviate taxes. You have to make sure you have these certain things in place in order for you to continue your business the way it needs to continue. Because if you're just in one space, it's like, okay, what else are you doing to accommodate for the income that's lost? Or what else are you doing to accommodate for the income that you may need for another project or this or that? So you have to have different avenues.
Yeah.
Don't just have one. I only said that because he was like, if he would start over, well, he just jumped straight into real estate. No, we would still have that subscription. We would still have real estate. We would still have these different avenues because that's just how you're supposed to have it if you want to remain financially free, basically.
I love this.
Yeah.
We are going to have to do a part 2 once the museum is along in progress. Once we have a mapped out plan for what your newest asset is going to be. We have to have a follow-up conversation.
We already have something coming up where we doing, then David said you're going to pitch in where I'm giving away 10,000.
Yeah.
So so the reason why to come learn stocks, real estate, and credit. So that's what the building is for, but we're going to divide it up into many rooms for that, if that makes sense.
You're going to use...
But yeah, so we're going to, you know how it has a lot of rooms in there?
Yeah,
so every room going to be about a different subject, just teaching, if that makes sense.
As an introductory event, sort of.
Yeah, so like just to...
I want to be a part 2.
Okay, yeah, you can pitch in some money. And all we're doing is, so that's the introductory part, philanthropy. So that's another thing we're going to practice a lot with that. And that's another reason why I bought it. So I can have a hub of, you know what I'm saying? But that's the most I can give about it is it's about financial literacy. And it's about bringing people to the community, and we're going to educate you, pretty much, and show you how to get money, pretty much.
I'm excited to see what you guys do with that. That area means a lot to me based on my upbringing as well, as much as it does to you, Aristotle. So congratulations on the boss move that you made. 3.65 cash is nothing to sneeze at. And it's a testament to the success that you have acquired over the years. And I look forward to the future of you guys, the brand that you're building, and what you are going to do for your city and beyond. Close us out. There's an entrepreneur who's watching this right now who's saying there's either someone who's like in your age group that's saying, man, where do I start? What do I need to do first? And then there's somebody who's closer to my age group that's saying, man, if they're doing it at their age, it's just over for me. It's too late. How would you close this out speaking to entrepreneurs who need to take massive action right away and just do something major to have some major results?
You need to be saving a certain amount of money. It's steps. And the first step is saving while you're saving. So if you were at rock bottom, I'm talking about zero, like you're broke. Right? You saying broke or just got a little bit of money? Which one?
Got some money. A little bit of money.
How much money?
Enough to make a decision to start a business.
Okay.
Give me a number.
They've got $5,000 in
I
it.
knew that was going to be the number.
That's the number.
So they got $5K, and then they got the rest of their year, and they still got that $5K.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing you got to do is spend money on education, on what you're about to do. Mm-hmm. All right, and then dibble and dab, go leverage too. So you also need to have a savings plan. So you got $5K, keep saving. So if it's 52 weeks in a year. If you save $100 a week, that's $5,200. $200 a week, that's $10,000. So most people can afford to save about $100 a week, right? Mm-hmm. So, and if they can't, then they should be driving Uber or something on the side so you can get your extra $400 in a month.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Which will only take you probably a week to make that $400.
Okay.
So if you saying, oh, well, I can't afford to save $100 a week, Uber, DoorDash, until you get your $400, right? Mm-hmm. So in the midst of them saving, they need to come up with a plan. Like I said on David's podcast, is come up with a 10-year plan. And what's going to happen is when you do that, you're going to work every day to beat that plan. Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, that's my best advice is treat entrepreneurship like a video game. You're trying to get the highest score. But in order to get the highest score in any video game, what do you have to do? You have to practice on it. You have to educate yourself on it. You got to know what button to press. You got to know if you playing Call of Duty, you got to know where to hide. You got to know even those guys are smart. They're educated on this game. Get educated and actually try. But you also going to need a team. I always tell young men, get in the day. They don't want to hear me out. But I ain't going to lie, times are a little bit different because they got AI, they got this, they got personal assistants, all this stuff. But nothing's like a woman inside of your home working for you because she works overtime. They don't.
First of all, stop it right there. We're going to end it on that note.
Yeah.
Aristotle, Asia, thank you guys for spending an hour, a little bit more than an hour and a half here. I am sure everybody received something from this episode. And this is what I want you to do. You already know. I want you to comment your biggest takeaway. What stood out to you most in this conversation that I just had with Aristotle and Asia? You will also find his information tagged in the description of wherever you are finding this video. Let me tell you something. The community that he's offering at the investment amount that he's offering it at is a steal. Yeah. But like I do with everybody else, I encourage you to hop on over to all of the social media channels, get to know him for yourself, check him out, look for some testimonials, and if you like what you see, give it a go. That's all we can do. That's all we can do.
For sure.
All right? I will see you on the next episode of Full Transparency with Donnie. And I also hope to see you inside of my mentorship community, Actionable CEO. Until next week, you guys go out there and you be great. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.